that happens to you when you pray consistently at midnight. Midnight prayers is one of the powerful weapons that God gave us as believers. And as you pay attention to these 6 things I'm going to be sharing, your life is going to be filled with unusual results and supernatural breakthroughs. You don't want to skip this video for anything in this world. Please like this video, because when you do so, you are helping this video to spread to a greater number of people on this platform. Thank you very much. The first thing that happens when you give yourself consistently to midnight prayers is that you begin to experience increased spiritual sensitivity and alertness. All of a sudden, it's like your dream life takes another shape. All of a sudden, you easily see in the spirit. Even during the day, maybe you doze off a little, and all of a sudden, you have broken into a vision. This is because consistency in prayers charges up your spirit, man. It repositions your spiritual antenna. When a man wants to position his antenna in the physical world, what he does is that he uses a remote control. That is what prayer does to you. When you give yourself consistently to midnight prayers, it is you repositioning your spiritual antenna. You discover that you are a dreamer. Any little thing you have dreamt, nothing happens around you without you seeing it. But all of a sudden, it's like you can't even remember your dream again. It's like you're not dreaming again. Listen, believers, you need to return back to your spiritual culture of waking up at midnight to pray. There is a level of spiritual sensitivity you enter when you give yourself to this. You are doing a business, you are working in a firm. Don't joke with midnight prayers. And of course, you may not need to pray throughout the night, especially when you're a working class. You can give yourself to at least 1 hour at night. You know, the Bible speaking in Luke chapter 2 verse 8, it said, and there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. Suddenly an angel of the Lord appeared among them, and the radiance of the Lord's glory surrounded them. They were terrified. Now, prophetically speaking, these men were keeping watch over their flocks by night. Listen, your flock may be your business, your flock may be your company. The Bible said while they were watching, the angel of the Lord appeared and gave them a prophetic message. Prophetically speaking, as you are spending time praying upon your business, praying upon your company, praying about your family, you will be shocked on how you will be entering into unusual revelations about those areas you are praying about. Listen, the easiest way to get a revelation is to pray about something. If you want to get revelations about somebody, pray about that person. And you say how God will be giving you visions, revelations about that person. You see, don't joke with the midnight prayers. It gives you unusual sensitivity in the spirit. We saw it in Jesus. When Jesus was about choosing his 12 disciples, the Bible said he spent the night praying before he went during the day. Look at what the Bible said in Luke chapter 6 verse 12. It said one of those days, Jesus went out to a mountainside to pray and spent the night praying to God. When morning came, he called his disciples to him and chose 12 of them, whom he also designated apostles. And you see what the Bible is saying? Before Jesus went ahead to choose his disciples, the Bible said he spent the night praying, because Jesus wanted to operate by spiritual sensitivity. Listen, don't start your business, don't start your daily activities without conquering it first at night. This was a major decision Jesus was about to take. He needed to pray, because prayer activates your spiritual antenna, your spiritual sensitivity. Are we together now? Yes. We saw it in Psalm 119 verse 148. It says, my eyes anticipate the watches of the night. It says, my eyes anticipate the watches of the night. Meaning in the night time, David was watching into visions. The second thing that happens to you when you give yourself to consistent midnight prayers is that you are going to be noticing unusual victory in spiritual warfare. Listen, believers, you need to understand that the night time is the time of warfare. Of course, God hears prayers during the day. But listen, when it comes to the matter of spiritual warfare, don't joke with the night time. We saw it in Judges chapter 7 verse 9. It said, that night the Lord said, get up, go down to the Midianite camp, for I have given you victory over them. Are you seeing? This was God speaking to Gideon. God did not tell him to go in the day. God said go in the night. So God woke a man up at night. Go down there and possess all that is yours. I've given you that camp. The night is the time to war against the camp of the wicked that does not want your rising. You are going through unusual battles in your working place, unusual battles in your family. Listen, that is not the time to complain. That is the time to rise at night. Listen, I've said it severally that the realm of the spirit does not respond to crying. It responds to power. So you have to rise up. And of course, we are humans, we can get emotional sometimes. You can find yourself crying. When you clean your tears, rise up in the place of prayers, because that's what changes things. Actually, Samson was also a man that understood the power of warfare at night. The Bible speaking in Judges chapter 16 verse 3. It said, but Samson stayed in bed only until midnight. Then he got up, took hold of the doors of the town's gate, including the 2 posts, and lifted them up, bar and all. He put them on his shoulders and carried them all the way to the top of the hill across from Hebron. It's a very prophetic scripture. He waited until night. You see a matter troubling you, just tell that matter, just give me 1 night, give me 2 nights, give me 3 nights. There's an unusual dimensions of victory that happens when we give ourselves to midnight prayers. Are we together now? Yes. We saw it play out with the apostles of Jesus, Paul and Silas. In Acts of the Apostles chapter 16 verse 25, he said, and at midnight Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises unto God, and the prisoners heard them. And suddenly there was a great earthquake. Are you seeing? Now my question is, why did Paul and Silas not do it during the day? Why did they have to wait till midnight? Because they understood that this was a great timing for spiritual warfare. Sometimes you sleep and you discovered that you are waking up consistently at a particular time in the middle of the night. Sometimes you are waking up at odd times, 11:11 or 1:01 or 1:11 or 12:12, and you are saying that it's consistent. Listen, believers, there are no coincidences in the realm of the spirit. That is the time to rise. Is that a divine timing? A kairos has been opened to you. That is a time to wrestle with the angel of your prophecy, to wrestle with the angels of your answer in a place of prayers. Just like Jacob in Genesis 32, he told the angel, I will not leave you until you bless me. The Bible said the angel changed his name. That was when the breakthrough of Jacob started. Are we together now? Yes. You may be a very busy person, but find time, even if it's an hour at night, stretch in tongues and watch how things will begin to happen to your favor. Are we together now? Yes. The third thing that happens to you when you give yourself to consistent midnight prayers is that you will notice that you always shift in seasons quickly. Like you discover that you are not always on a spot for too long. You have a breakthrough today, all of a sudden another breakthrough, all of a sudden another breakthrough. When you notice that you're on a spot for too long, it's time to rise. The reason why a man can be on a spot for too long is because nothing changes until things are powered. So praying at midnight helps you to shift seasons. You notice a pattern of stagnation, a pattern of delay in your life. It is time to rise up in prayers. Are we together? We saw it in the life of Daniel. Daniel was a man of prayers. See, it was so beautiful that Daniel had a custom. Daniel was very busy, worked in the political sphere, but the Bible said he had a custom of prayers. Listen, believers, I want to encourage you with all humility in my heart. Don't be too busy that you don't have time to pray. Just like Daniel chapter 6 verse 10, Daniel had a custom. Despite his busy schedule, he never allowed anything affect his prayer life, because that is really where the breakthrough is. You want the breakthrough in the physical world, you have to address it in the spirit world. You have to have a devotion life that is untouchable. Of course, when God opens greater doors for you and greater opportunities, you can now begin to adjust the time of your prayers. But just ensure you are praying daily. Are we together now? Yes. The fourth thing that will begin to happen to you when you give yourself to consistency in your midnight prayer life is that you attract the attention of angels. Now, one thing you need to understand is that in the realm of the spirit, consistency attracts spirits. When you give yourself consistently to something, a spirit will be attached to it. That is why when somebody steals today, it steals tomorrow, it steals next tomorrow, a time will come, a spirit will be attached to that stealing. Now this person tries to stop, he cannot stop unless he goes for prayers. There is always a spirit attached when you do something consistently. So when you give yourself to midnight prayers consistently, a time will come, you will not even need your alarms to wake you again. All of a sudden, angels are taking up the responsibility to wake you up. Are we together? Yes. Jesus had a custom of consistency. In Luke 22 verse 39, he said, and he came out and went, as was his custom, to the Mount of Olives, and his disciples followed him. Jesus had a custom. So the life of Jesus is the template we should follow. If Jesus had a custom of prayers, we should have one. You attract spirits by consistency. All of a sudden, the spirit of prayer enters you. Even if you sleep very late at night, you must definitely wake up at your prayer time. You don't know how you are waking up, but you know you always wake up. Is that a spirit has been attached to it. The fifth thing that happens to you when you give yourself to consistent midnight prayers is that God begins to trust you with your territory, with your environment. All of a sudden, people are delivered by your prayers. All of a sudden, witches, wizards, demonic spirits cannot enter into your territory again to afflict people because of your prayers. There was a man in history called John Knox. The Queen of Scotland made a declaration that shocked me. She said, I fear the prayer of John Knox more than all the armies. The man's prayer was impacting the territory. Listen, believers, that is only what consistency can do. Listen, God has set a rule that nothing happens on the earth until man gives God vent or permission. And the way we give God permission is in the place of prayers. The Bible speaking in Psalm 115 verse 16. It says, the highest heavens belongs to the Lord, but the earth he has given to mankind. God gave the earth to mankind. So when man wants God to move, man needs to pray. Man needs to give the spirit permission. That point where God makes you a watchman over your city, over your territory. You discover that nothing happens in that community without you seeing it first. That is a sign that you are already a watchman. It means they have trusted you with that territory. And you will be shocked that your declaration will count in that territory. Somebody is going through demonic oppression in the next block or in the next flat, and you rise up to pray, and that person is free. That person may not even know how he got saved. Funny enough, the person may be shocked, sees you delivering him or her in a dream, and the person comes to you, I saw you in my dream. Oh, you just smile because you understand what happened. Now you have taken charge over that city. Are we together? Yes. Now, the sixth thing that will begin to happen to you when you give yourself to consistent midnight prayers is that you build a strong defense system against spiritual attacks. When the wicked one throws their arrows, it's not coming to you because you have built a system around you. If you read Job chapter 1, Job was a man of consistency in prayers. He will always offer sacrifices before God. He made that a structure around his life and his family. Job was a consistent man. He was so consistent to the point that even Satan testified that he could not attack Job. If you read Job chapter 1 verse 10, look at what Satan said. Satan was speaking to God. He says, you have always put a wall of protection around him and his home and his property. You have made him prosper in everything he does. Look how rich he is. Even Satan could testify. There was a wall of protection, an edge around Job. Of course, we saw what happened, how the edge was taken. Satan later affected Job. But we saw that Satan could not do that with that edge around him. Now, when you keep offering incense consistently, you are building an edge around you. The spiritual atmosphere around you is active. And guess what? In the New Testament, Satan can never be granted permission against a believer anymore. Do you know why? Because Jesus is always making intercessions for us. The finished works of Jesus has denied Satan access from such activity in the life of a new creation believer. I tell you the truth, as you give yourself to consistency, you are going to be watching how your life will be moving from a level of glory to greater levels of glory. Please tell us in the comment section what really stood out for you in this video. Which of these numbers really stood out for you in this video? I would really love to read your beautiful comments. Please do not forget to kindly hit the like button. Please also hit the subscribe button, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell so that you are always going to get notified whenever we post a new video on this platform. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you for watching today's message. I trust that you have been blessed. Until next time, keep the faith, stay encouraged, and continue to grow in Christ. God bless you.